Hey guys, thanks for jumping in again with me. This is going to be lesson number 2 as we're walking through Mark chapter 10, learning some lessons on discipleship. Again, that journey of being formed into the image and likeness of Jesus in both character and through our conduct. We looked at the priority of discipleship and the rich ruler. This time I want to look at the posture of discipleship. So the priority of discipleship, loving God first and loving God most, and then now the posture of discipleship. And again, it's a lesson that Jesus riffs off of by being asked a question. Just like the rich ruler asked, what do I have to do to inherit eternal life? His disciples come to him later on in Mark 10, and they say, Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever we ask of you. And he said to them, what is it you want me to do for you? And they said to him, grant us to sit, one at your right hand and one at your left, in glory. And so again, this question is rooted in a place and an orientation of their heart that is very, very far from Jesus's design and destiny for your and my life. Is that these disciples are wrapped up in themselves. They think, our guy's headed to Jerusalem to be crowned king, and so we want to sit at your right and your left, and they're kind of jockeying for position. And then Jesus will then give us, out of this question, the true posture of a disciple. And of course, when the other disciples heard this, they were very angry with James and John, undoubtedly because they wished they would have asked first. Anyhow, Jesus then goes into this amazing teaching about the posture of discipleship. He called them, his disciples, to him and said, you know that among the Gentiles, those whom they recognize as their rulers lord it over them, and their great ones are tyrants over them. But it is not so among you, but whoever wishes to become great among you must be your servant. Whoever wishes to be first among you must be slave of all. For the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. So right here, again, on the heels of being asked, Jesus, can we sit at your right and your left? He puts it back in their court and he gives us a lesson on discipleship. Greatness, the posture of a disciple who's following me, being formed in my ways. The posture is one of servanthood. Because become the servant and the slave of all. This is the path toward kingdom greatness. This is the way I am taking and am modeling for you to follow in my example and in my footsteps. Of course, their minds are blown because all of us have this vision and version of greatness that usually encompasses the idea of power over and sort of grasping and getting ahead and elbowing for position. And Jesus says, no, those who are formed in my way, the way of my kingdom, those who are my lifelong students, the posture of a disciple is one of servanthood, one of giving up your rights for the sake of the other in service to the Lord, who has showed us in giving his life the way to follow him on the journey of discipleship. So I just pray that you and I would adopt this posture, that we would say yes to Jesus, the one who has served us in the pouring out of his life, that we could do the same. Bless you guys.